just responded to someone else and I said, look, I'm going to be in Brazil next month in Rio because a girlfriend of mine had asked me, when am I going to see you? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, come on. I mean,
Right, right. So what are you
I'll
doing in
see what.
Rio?
Is that the one with the lawyer with the patent? Which
No,
one
the
is?
lawyer lives in LA.
Okay, right.
Oh,
Yeah, I use an international dateline. Other rules apply in other parts of the world.
Yeah, right, right. So what are you going to Brazil for? Rio.
Well, I'm going to Brazil because just 2 days ago I received the final okay from the equivalent of the FDA in Brazil to export my sparkling wine as well as the canned version of the product, which I will show you.
Okay.
So we got the approval. They were a little bit of a stinker because that's just the way they are. So if you can
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
yeah.
I
We
saw it.
saw
I
your
saw it.
display.
Yeah.
Your display in the show was very nice. How you set up the
Your table,
bottles.
how you had that picture of your table with the
thank
Yeah,
you
with
bottles.
the
guys.
table.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Artistic. It was pretty with the fancy bottles and the cans on the side. Yeah.
You know,
thank you, thank you.
a picture is worth 1,000 words. Just to show the
Absolutely.
table, and people
You
get the
use that
idea.
again. You can reuse it all the time. That
Yes.
picture's good.
Thank you. That's very nice. So we did the show. The show was quite successful,
What was the
and
show about?
international wine exhibitions that take place from people all around the world. So this was our first official footprint here in the U.S. So we got a waiver because I'm still not allowed to sell the product here in the U.S. until
Okay.
the FDA approves it. It's just a
Oh,
process.
listen to that. Remember, when you go on a cruise, you exit the U.S. Borders, and you are in international waters.
Maybe they can put it on the
What
cruise
you
line.
should do is good. There is. Do you know about the International Cruise Conference in Miami?
They do it in April. It's called sea trade, something like that.
Sea
Look it
trade,
up.
and it will
It's like
be great to go to the luxury cruise lines and let them sell those bottles to people, some
VIP or something. Yeah.
VIP, and you go out of international water as soon as you exit Miami, so you don't have to worry about the U.S. laws, and you can sell your whole table.
Yeah. Look at the cruise conference. It's in April.
I'll be here. I'll be here.
So
Uh,
maybe look it up. See if you can.
yeah,
Maybe you can like partner with
yes,
someone else. You know.
because these stands are they suck blood from you. When
I know there. So maybe you can kind of you
But
see
what you
who the
should do,
vendors
listen,
are.
you
See who the
shouldn't get your own stand. Join
join
one
something
large
else and be,
company. What they do, the large company get the whole huge stands, and then they invite partners for free to put a little table,
you
and
know,
then
something
exactly.
like be with someone else that's not even. It doesn't have to be even related to you.
Yes,
But
I know.
kind of like they.
you know some of the huge beverage and food companies have huge stand, like they build the whole building inside the
Yeah, but you know
show.
what? I disagree with you, Avi. I don't think you should even do a competitor with the food.
But it's
But
not a
they do.
competitor. It has something unique that nobody else
Yeah,
has.
no, but even with something that they can shine almost, they can give out or something. You'll see.
That's true.
Anyways.
Well, the fortunate thing, we were semi-sponsored by the Spanish government, so we were in the Spanish pavilion. So
Yeah, oh, that'll be
That's
great.
also
that's
every
what happened at the
country.
last show.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
Now,
be
so do
good.
it this time too. Every country has an area like the Spanish cruise industry and the Europeans, and you
Yeah,
can tell them that you have some unique product, and they can add you to their
yeah.
show, so
What
you
the
don't have to.
European or Latin America?
Yeah, and you
correct.
make one happy hour with your drinks, and people
Yeah,
can.
but he may not be able to do the drinks itself because it's in the U.S.
No, no,
The
it's not. Oh,
WBD.
the no. I'm talking about the cruise. Once you go to the cruise
Yeah, but I mean
conference,
in the conference you
you
can
get
go.
the cruise company to host you, and
Yeah,
then you go on the cruise. That's where you sell it on the
yeah,
cruise.
yeah,
I'm focusing on the cruise ships as well. That's why I created the canned version of the product. So
yeah.
a couple of things happened with that. As a result of the success of the show, of course, we got a lot of buzz, and
Yeah.
a lot of people are interested. And I have meetings. I'm going to be here until the 19th, so I have another week here. So hopefully
Uh-huh.
we'll see each other in person, which would be nice.
Yeah.
Um, it went very well, and we are getting certified organic. So we're going to be the first sparkling wine in the world that's going to be certified organic. And what makes us unique is that there are no terpenes in the product, in the bottles. So
Okay, and what's a turpin?
the terpenes, I'm sorry, there are no sulfites. There are no
Okay.
sulfites in the wine, so you don't get
Right,
headaches.
right. Yeah, it's sulfite free. Yeah.
Sulfite free. So
Right,
we no sugar
right,
and no sulfites, and it's
right,
100% organic. So that
right.
within itself is unique.
Yeah.
And the terpenes are the natural extracts that come from fruits and plants.
Yeah.
So in the peach, in the blueberry, and all the other flavors that we have, you actually taste peach. You actually,
Uh-huh.
so it's a very unique uh,
Flavor.
experience.
Yeah.
Right. Right. It's natural. Like when they say artificial flavors and preservatives
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff,
And
we don't have any of that.
yeah.
None of it. Zero, zero, zero.
Yeah.
So it drew a lot of attention. We have a sangria that's 100% organic, which is the first to market. It's just all kinds of cool stuff that we're doing, and we're drawing
Uh-huh.
attention. My cousin who came to me from Barcelona is doing 2 events in Texas next week, and then we're off to Vegas again.
Yeah, because you were doing Vegas, I remember a number of times.
Yes. So the good news is Vegas's experience has accelerated, and now we're in front of the Tao Group. If you're familiar with who the Tao Group are, they're the ones
No.
that the Tao Group owns. I can't talk to my cousin. It's the group that owns most of the clubs in Las Vegas area and about 85 clubs around the world, and
Oh, good.
they're the largest retailer of champagne in the world in the club setting. So it's a perfect fit. Of course, I would like to live and 11 and all these other clubs that are big here, but you know, there's a lot of quote unquote celebrity type of people says, "Oh, I know so and so, and I can do
Yeah.
this, do that, blah 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 blah," and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, okay,
right.
I can make elephants fly too."
Yeah, yeah, right. Pig, pigs too.
Yeah, elephants and fly, right?
And
So
pigs are part of it.
yeah, so it's fine. I mean, I'm here for another week, and then I'm off to Vegas, as I told
Yeah.
you. An opportunity was presented to me some months ago where someone who could not continue to maintain the development of the voice AI. So he
Yeah, that's
approached
what I
me.
wanted to really talk to you about. Because the wines, I cannot help you. I have no clue. You know, I mean, I'm ignorant. You know, as can be.
No, no, you're not. It's just
But the voice AI, that's what intrigues me. So
But
tell me
so
about
I
that.
so I bought the intellectual property. So VoiceAI.ai is owned by me now, which is an extremely strong brand. If you own VoiceAI.ai, I mean, come on.
No, no, no. That's a great. Definitely, that's a great domain name.
Thank you. Yeah, so I purchased that, and I wound up acquiring the 4 developers.
Okay, and where are they based?
Uh, some of them are based in Montreal. Some of them are based in Europe. So I just took them under my wing, and I said,
And what
okay,
are they? And where are they in their? Where are they in their? They have a product, or what do they have?
oh yes, we've already developed a product. I've already launched it in several test markets for people to engage the AI. I'd be happy to give you
Yeah.
one phone number so you can communicate with it as well.
Yes.
We just did the 3.0 version as we speak right now.
Hmm.
Uh, before you called me, I was on the phone with a gentleman who's doing his PhD in AI, and he was impressed, and he blew up my phone. He says, we got to talk." I
Yeah.
said, "Hey,
So let us see. You know, and then basically it runs on the phone. How does it work?
yes, yes." See, so it's a supportive ecosystem because I own a telco company.
Right.
The telco company supports the AI. People are not looking at it as a whole. So what I've done, Sarah, is now I created a lead gen model. So now and I haven't had a chance to share this with you because I was in Colombia recently.
Yeah.
I just I can't take this. Now everyone's gonna call me. It's a rush time. It's just how it is. So I acquired GotPain.com.
Who?
Got Pain.
Oh, God, Payne. I think you told me about that.
Yeah, I acquired it when I was in Colombia. I won the bid and I picked it up.
Okay.
So
For
let me
the PI. For PI, right?
it could be for anything. Hold on just a quick second, Sarah. This is probably more fun. Just a second.
Okay.
take your time.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
phone PBX.
Exactly. So what's happened is I've managed to incorporate with an API to run it into my phone PBX network, and then from there have it support the intake, create the values, send a text message to the client confirming the reservation if that's the case in a restaurant setting, for example.
So incoming calls.
Incoming calls, yes.
So you're a little bit like, what was the name of that company doing the incoming calls?
Yeah, there are several companies like
There's
Air,
several companies trying
Air
to do
AI,
that.
Vappy AI.
Vappy. You know
Tons
them?
of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
tons.
well, and then they're every day, and by the end,
Every
by
day.
the thing is, they're all using similar platforms.
Right.
What makes my product unique is that it's an internal network. They're using third-party plugins in order for them to
Right.
train
They're using
calls.
Twilio.
Exactly. They're using Twilio. So I tell them, so how's that working out for you when they go down? They're like, oh my God, we've had problems. I'm like, you're not a telco company.
Right.
You're a software company with a telco plugin. I'm a telco. I'm the opposite. So yeah, 90% of them are using, again, I'm not charging Twilio. It's not that point. But they can't do what I do.
No, it's different. You're coming from a different. So what is
But you know what is
I
difficult?
guess case study.
What is very difficult is to create a community. So, to create a community, you can start with a virtual community. If you take a couple of university classes and you simulate a community, they will be calling each other, and you record it and you broadcast it, and like you got 100 people already in a community. So when 101 person comes and he says, "Oh, there's 100 people there already. Let's join the community." And
It
once,
creates credibility. I'm
yeah.
gonna give you the phone. I'm gonna give you the phone number to one of them now, just so that I want you to be able to play around with it. Hold on,
Yeah.
see if I can find it. This is my 3.0 version that we did.
Okay.
Send it to me. Excuse me as I look for it.
Yeah, and then you can put it in the chat here, or I can just copy. You can just
Yeah,
tell me.
yeah. It's one. There you go. It's 1-925
925
329
329
I'll make sure to pass this information along to one of our attorneys who can provide you with the best guidance on this matter. One of our attorneys will reach out to you shortly to discuss your case. In the meantime, if you have any further questions, feel free to ask. We're here to help you through every step of the process.
Thank you, and I appreciate that Dimitri gave me your number.
You're very welcome. I'm glad Dimitri connected you with us. If you have any more questions or need assistance in the future, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day.
Thank you. Phew. So so your motto will then do this for attorney, be like their incoming calls?
Yes. So just a few days ago, I was approached with a yacht company that wants to be able to do reservations with using AI.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at my inventory, I said to myself, wait a minute, why do I need to do that when I can do that myself and create the funnel? So I acquired 305 FL yachts. 305 FL. I knew I'd get you to smile. Jesus shaking his head. Yeah, I'm from the tribe. What do you think I'm gonna do?
That Semitic tribe always is doing something.
Exactly. So I said, wait a minute, I have to take this from another angle. So I set up I already have the website up. So if you put in FL, if you're from the computer, FL-yachts.com.
Hold on. Let me go.
FL is in Florida.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just. So it's FL Yachts.
Yeah, FL-yachts.com.
Oh, FL.
Yeah, that was definitely
Yachts.com. How do you spell yachts?
Y-A-A. Yeah, it's a weird spelling. I know. I misspelled it myself one time. Like, what the hell?
Well, how do you spell yachts?
Y-A.
How are you spelling Dimitri? How are you spelling yachts?
Hold on a second. Yachts. Y-A-C-H-T-S.
No T.
With a T.
Y-A-T-C-H-S, right?
Y-A-C-H-T-S.
C-H-T-S. Oh, the yachts is in there. Okay. That's without that. There's only one T, right?
There's only one T, correct.
Yeah. Let me do that. That's the only problem. Yachts is okay. I see it. Yeah. So let me share my screen. Hold on. So you see my screen?
That's it.
Right, okay.
So I already created an AI for it on the intake. Yesterday I had my team do it. So I have a phone number already attached to it called International Yachts. So it's just a demo model, but I'm going to create a whole entire funnel with this, because now people who want to be able to place their boats in the platform will be able to post the boat and everything related to it, and I'll be able to manage the reservation system.
Yeah, and a couple of mile, almost perimeter where you are now, you can get all those guys with the yachts.
I'm looking outside. I have it outside my house.
I know. We even went one time before we went. We were presenting at, the February conference last year, and the guy that was on our panel had in Miami Beach. He had a yacht that that he used to take people out, and we met earlier, on that,
And the phone number I have is all 7 digits, so I have 305 FL Yacht. A yacht, obviously the S stays off because it wouldn't be 7 digits. So the call to action is there. By the way, my team is going to be able to integrate the intake using WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp is important to have the intake, yeah.
Yes, the
also
intake.
international. Everybody uses it internationally too.
Exactly. So they'll be able to
even more so internationally than even local, than even the
But
US.
we look at our client base, and the clients we're in, maybe 30-40% of them are from somewhere else.
Right.
So that's the key way to create that funnel. So I uploaded it and created that right now. So that's
so
ready.
now this is in the beginning stage. So this voiceai.com. So let's say I want to do incoming. So who is your best customer for this voice AI? Who do you imagine to be your best customer?
Attorneys.
Attorneys. You're gonna start with attorneys, okay? And
Absolutely. I'm
with
going
the
to use,
pain thing, you can start with, I guess, the PI guys.
right. Got Pain is one that I
Yeah.
have. Also, bail bondsmen, people who are doing bail. I own and acquired Bail 911, and I also own MIA Bail.
Mhm.
Both the phone number and the website.
Mhm.
So the guys in jail, they need to physically call someone so they can set bail.
Right. They have that one phone call or whatever it is.
Exactly. So they get the phone call, and it can't be. Here's the interesting thing: most of the time, it's not toll free. Most of the time, they make that call. Well, what they do is they call their family members, and their family members call.
Right, because they can talk for a longer period of time or whatever. Yeah.
Right. So I saw a window of opportunity in that space because they usually generally have to hire someone to be on call to answer the phone 24 hours a day in the bail bond. So in this case, what I would do is I would take an AI with my brand and do the intake, get all the information for them, qualify them, and then send that information within 8 hours or so many hours because it's an insurance bond, as you already know how it works with bail. Bail is one
Yeah.
thing. The bond is the insurance bond to
Right.
ensure that that particular person will show up to court on the
Right,
specific.
right, yeah, I know.
B Diddy, like B Diddy.
Yeah, right. This is it. Yeah. If I go there, okay. But anyways, uh, I got the idea.
Yeah.
So
So there's
so
a lot.
basically, you're gonna be inbound, but you're gonna be the end service for somebody. Is that the
All of them.
idea?
Yes, I want to be the end service because that's where the value is. Because
Yeah,
as a
right. Well, that's what. So you don't want to be those guys like Vappy. You want to be like the end service for certain,
correct.
basically industries, and start off with a PI.
Yes, PIs because it's the most lucrative.
Yeah, right. Well, they also spend a lot on advertising. You see that all the time. They're the
Yes,
most.
that's why pretty soon you're going to start to see the billboards around town that say "Got Pain" with the
Uh
question.
huh. Yeah,
And then
no, they're really. You can say that's how they address everything is through, and then when you have and then they say we'll answer your call right away. And then you're gonna be like a voice chatbot in a way, right?
correct. So I'll do all the
But this
intake.
was good. Did you see? This was already said. She said Dimitri, and it was pretty good. So your folks did this.
Yes,
Those, and how did you find those folks?
they reached out to me.
And how did they know about you?
Just the industry.
Uh-huh.
They know that I want to be the underlying carrier for a
Uh-huh.
lot of the people doing voice AI. So what's happened, Sarah, is that people are focused here in the North American market, in the English-speaking world. They've
Right.
ignored that voice AI could be much bigger in South America.
Yeah.
South
sure.
is Spanish is the second most spoken native language
Right.
in the,
Yeah. Right.
as a native language.
Right.
So if I can focus on enhancing the experience in Spanish, we can move forward really well. And again, I was just in Colombia, and I
Where
met with
were
some
you? In Colombia.
in Medellin, where
Medellin.
there's a lot of development taking place.
Yeah, I know.
So I met with some people there, and they're the ones who turned me on. Says, "Hey, I didn't know you could do this. Yeah, you can't have a conversational AI without a telco."
Right. No, that makes sense. And then
So
then you'll be structured too, so you can charge more at that end.
And I can control more.
Right.
Controlling more means at less.
So your payment schedule. Let's say I'm going to be the customer. I'm a PI, and I have a number of different locations. Almost like that. Of those guys. And think about it, even Miami. It's all Espanol, anyways, right?
Exactly.
All those guys even you can get some of those guys. All right.
yeah.
So I got those, and
Exactly.
then how are you going to charge? What's the payment schedule? How do I
It's
pay by
well,
call or what?
Well, per call on the intake, but what I'm doing is what we call a success model. So in this case, the attorney or the firm would license the rights to use my brand.
Okay.
In this case, let's call it Hurt 911 or Got
Right.
Pain or any one of the brands. Right.
Okay.
So they could advertise using it through a licensing agreement. and then from there we would manage the intake, and then that would give them all the filters so they don't have to pay the staff member to answer the phone, which is a 24-hour challenge, and we will give them a better outcome. So they would pay us based on the success model. So it'd be a monthly fee for advertising, and then everything else, meaning if I deliver them a client, a signed client, they would pay me X number of dollars per client.
And how do you know if it's a success? How do you track that?
Oh, it's done through these process. Once they give us the criteria of the questions that are asked, and that person is qualified, then that call gets transferred at some point, and all those calls are recorded, so we would know that that person was qualified.
So it's a qualified lead, not that they're taking me as a client. Is that
Exactly.
correct?
It's
It's a qualified lead that they. So it's basically just not a spammer.
No, I wouldn't do that to my client because
Right. So
you're spending
it's a
too much money.
qualified. You're paying by qualified leads.
Correct, which I'm filtering through their criteria.
Okay. And is that okay in the legal market?
Of course,
For
because
attorney?
yes, yes, because I'm doing
Qualified
marketing
leads
for
are
them.
they to pay for qualified leads.
Yes,
Attorney. In the
it's
state
legal.
of Florida.
Yeah, everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, you're paying for the qualified lead. We're not charging a percentage of the settlement. We're charging for the service.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whether it was $1, whether it's $1 million, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's a qualified lead.
Right, it's a qualified lead, and the average there's a price depending on the state and the tax, not the tax.
But haven't you done something similar with that with the attorneys in the past, or no?
I do it, but I do it through the branded phone number, and I just charge them a flat rate per month.
Okay. So the difference here, but you just give them it's just the phone number. You're not giving them you're not giving them any answering service. This is just like an intelligent answering service,
Yes, it is.
right? Am I correct on that?
Yes, with the value model of the brand.
Right.
So-
So you're continuing, not just having them lease the 305, I got pain or something, or
Right.
ambulance chaser or something. You get
I get a higher residual.
yeah, well, it's continuous. You're giving continuous value rather than just leasing. I'm giving you qualified leads, okay?
Exactly.
And the idea of advertising, they do the advertising, not you. Is that correct?
Well, we would help in the creating of the advertisement. They can use it any way they see fit, but anything from there would, for example, I'm negotiating now with media companies to buy ad space.
Mm-hmm.
So what will happen, based on the size of the firm, wherever they happen to be, and let's take the largest firm in the U.S., the Morgan & Morgans of the world.
Right.
Not that I'm in conversation with them, but let's say it was them, and they're interested in my lead gen model.
Right.
First of all, they do not have a branded phone number, which I think is a big mistake for Morgan & Morgan. So
yeah, but
let's
they
say,
have that PAL law.
yeah, but that's nonsense.
Well, why is that nonsense?
Because pound law gets you nowhere.
Where does it get you?
It gets you to another text.
Okay.
Yeah,
But they don't. 1-800 lawyers.
They don't.
Lawyer. But they pay. You know how many times I hear them? I mean, it's amazing.
Yes,
I'm
because
already disgusted by it. I would never use them because they oversaturate.
That's right. So John Morgan, who lives in Orlando,
Uh-huh.
his model is to acquire leads through personal injury lawyers using a geography.
Uh-huh.
So if they go to a specific area, like here, they're growing in South Florida, the
Yeah.
corridor between Fort Lauderdale and Miami has more has more deaths that occur by accident than anywhere else in the country.
I imagine that with all the illegals and all the people that don't even have a driver's license, and they're not insured.
Not only are they not insured, but the reckless driving, the speeding, the cutting across lanes.
No. It's obvious. Okay. All right. So there's big money. There's death.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, that's where the money is.
And
if I just get a neck injury, that's nothing. Okay.
Right, and the highest accident claim per capita is here in Florida.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's
and
ridiculous.
also fraud rate is here in Florida.
Fraud,
Healthcare
that's why
fraud.
yes. Oh, and healthcare fraud. I don't even want to get into that one. It's so bad.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's a lot of get rich quick schemes
Yeah,
here.
yeah, a bunch of, as we say, gonna be. Okay, so
Yeah.
anyway, gonna.
So I'm trying to legitimize. It could be done. Money long term needs to be made legitimately and
Uh-huh.
ethically.
Yeah.
And I
Okay,
believe,
so you're starting with the legal PI. Is that, am I correct? So you're starting with the PI.
and I hire a sales manager now who doesn't live too far away, and he's in charge of reaching out to law firms to get them to
Uh-huh.
see the
And do
model.
you want to start with law firms in South Florida, or
Yes,
doesn't?
it doesn't matter, but South Florida because that's one
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
reasons.
that's and there's so many of them that, and I think even it's better because even those little guys have to have a niche to how they can compete with those Morgans, or whoever those are.
You
So
know,
I think
Sarah,
it's not you don't need the Morgans because Morgans can do something on their own, but it's those little guys, the 1 and 2 man shop or something.
Sarah,
Yeah.
hey, listen, we can introduce you to a law firm,
Which law firm?
the one that is in the band that this woman was at the University of Miami,
Which one you talking about?
the one that we went to their concert in the museum. There is a law firm here that has been in business for a very long time. The husband is a lawyer, and the wife used to work for the University of Miami in the Alumni Center.
Oh, Bowen and Shoots.
Yes, and they are going to have a performance
Oh, great!
at the
That's a great
University
idea.
of
Listen,
Miami,
okay, let me just tell you.
and they
On-
know
on
they have
next
they have
Friday,
huge mailing list of other lawyers in the area.
they're defense attorneys. Yeah, they maybe they're in insurance defense. Anyways, you can talk to them about it. Okay, I'll tell you this. On October 18th, at Dimitri, at the Rasmus campus. Let me just look at it.
Rasmus is a part of the University of Miami. It's a marine
just say-
biology campus.
Rasmus, hold on. It's on Key Biscayne.
Okay.
They have on around 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. They have happy hour. It's beautiful. It's on Key Biscayne. It's
On the
basically
water.
the Marine Center. They end up having happy hour. Plus they have bands, live bands. And the live band we saw them last time. They're called LLP Band. They're a bunch of lawyers from.
Oh, you took me to them. Yes,
This is another one. There are two of them. One is called Roadkill, and the other one is this one. This has two different musicians that are also lawyers.
Okay.
And so anyway, so come, we'll eat there, and what we'll do, I'll send you the details,
I'll be there.
and then we'll be
Saturday,
there.
that'd be perfect.
And you know, by the way, also the university.
They can give you some insight, because they do, all those guys in the band, there's two guys that are working attorneys. They work for a large law firm, and basically they do insurance defense.
They take the other side. They take the insurance defense. Right.
Right.
The other guy who's chasing the ambulance. This
I
guy
know,
chasing-
but they know the guys. You
Of course
understand?
they do. Yeah, look at it.
So, but it's a great idea. Plus, it'll be a great time, and it's also on the water. How beautiful is that? And it's on Key Biscayne.
Also, you know, another.
Even if it doesn't, because they're not video, it's great. Anyways, we were thinking about it because we saw them last week in Coral Gables, and we love the band. We've never seen them before, and then obviously was so excited. He goes, "Where else are you guys playing?" And they said, "We're playing at the University of Miami on the Key Biscayne campus." So I'll get the notes for you. We'll meet there. Even if it doesn't work out there, we have a good time. How can we have a bad time
You
together?
know, there is another thing. The University of Miami has call centers. So the University of Miami has call centers, and the wife of the lawyer that is the owner of this band used to work as a director of the alumni center. What they do is they have call centers, and they call the alumni from the call center to raise money for the university. Another
But I
good
think the law firms fit better.
Another good idea is to get to the call center and get the call center to use your your communication systems, you know, in order to raise money.
Yes, but the thing is, I have to be very careful on how AI is being used because we're not allowed to solicit.
Yeah, no, no, because
No, I'm
no,
not
I
sure
get
really.
that.
You have to use an insider, somebody that is inside and is working with you. You cannot just come in from the outside and solicit it. But
No,
this,
no, I mean we
No,
can't
he
solicit
needs
the phone call.
the AI, Avi.
The AI, Avi, I can't solicit. You can't have a cold call with AI.
No,
no,
this is
no,
different.
what?
Now he's talking about
No,
invite.
I'm talking about the way it works is like this. They first of all ask the faculty member and the students to volunteer to work in the call center. So they have different groups, and each group has about 20 people sitting in front of a computer. And it's not the way it works is they give you the list of the calls to make, and you make a call, and most of the time there is an answering machine, and you leave a message, and you tell them call me back. I'm from the University of Miami, and you donated last time $10, and we're doing a special event. We want to invite you, and maybe you can donate. And they leave a message, and then the alumni, he calls them back. But the problem is when you sit there all day long and you leave messages, there are 3 or 4 telephone calls that are coming at the same time to this one caller, and he cannot handle all of them. So the idea is just for the inbound calls to have the AI talk to them and hold them online and discuss with them what do they want until the person can intervene. So when he gets many calls at the same time, he cannot reply in real time.
I can definitely do that.
So that's what I wanted to ask you. There are inbound calls that are coming to one operator in the call center. Can the AI discuss with him what's going on? And he can he can know, oh, there is another call, so he can tell the person that is on now,
Yes.
excuse me for a minute, I have to just deal with another call, and he comes in and he says, I'll join you just in a minute, and then he can handle 3 or 4 calls at the same time.
Yes, we can do that because we have a call queue system put in place already for managing intake calls. Yes.
And that's the problem that they are having, that we were volunteering as faculty member, and this woman that is the wife of the lawyer that organizes all of that, she was in charge of the alumni center. So the University of Miami has maybe 100,000. It was already for 100 years, so it has 100,000 alumni and students around the world. And then when they leave messages, people call them back, and all of a sudden on your computer you see 3 or 4 calls, and you cannot deal with all of them together. So the AI will tie them up in a conversation, and they will know in a second the person will come back to them. In the meantime, the AI can ask, what do you want? And then rank order them according to which one gives the most money.
That would be interesting. Obviously, with the talent pool that I've acquired, there's a lot that's being done, and there's a lot that can be done. The models on the intake are based on the sophistication of what the AI can do. Uh, Guys,
Okay, we'll talk later.
I got a 1 o'clock coming in right now.
Okay, yeah, it's 1 o'clock. Okay, so we'll talk later. I'll send you the invite so let's set up for October 18th. I think it's around 4 or 5 o'clock.
At the University of Miami, it is called the Marine Biology.
No, it isn't. It's called the Rosenstiel.
I'll give you guys a call in a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay, bye.
stay well, and we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye. Let me stop sharing.
So we can stay on the line for a while.
No, I have to go. So I'm here. I'm gonna end the call. Anything else? We got it. I'll just find out the Rosenstiel and I'll just send it. Okay?
All right. So I'll see
Ciao,
you.
ciao,
I'll talk
baby.
to you later.
Great. I love the hat. Love
Bye.
the look.
Bye.
Do you see my happy face?
Yes. I saw your happy face.
Bye.
Bye.
Two extracts that come from fruits and plants. Yeah. So in the peach, in the blueberry, and all the other flavors that we have, you actually taste peach. So it's a very unique experience. Right, it's natural. Like, you know, they say artificial flavors and preservatives. We don't have any of that. Zero. So if you allow attention, we have a sangria that's 100% organic, which is the first to market. We're just all kinds of cool stuff that we're doing, and we're marketing. My cousin who came to me from Barcelona. So the good news is Vegas' experience has accelerated, and now we're in front of the Tao Group Bar. The Tao Group it's the group that owns most of the clubs in Las Vegas area, about 85 clubs around the world, and they're the largest retailer of champagne in the world in the club setting. So it's a perfect fit. Of course, I'd like to live and let in all these other clubs that are big here, but you know, there's a lot of political celebrity type of people. Oh, I know so and I can do this, you know, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I can make elephants fly too.
Pigs too.
Yeah, elephants fly. Right. So yeah, so it's fine, and I'm here for the week, and then I'm off to Vegas. And I told you, an opportunity was presented to me some months ago, where someone was looking, who could not continue to maintain the development of the voice AI. So
that's what I wanted to really talk to you about. Because the ones I cannot help you. I have no clue. You know what I mean? I'm ignorant. You know, but the voice AI, that's what's intriguing. So tell me about that.
So I bought the intellectual properties of voiceai.ai is right now, which is an extremely strong brand. If you own voiceai.ai.
No, that's a great, definitely that's a great domain.
Thank you. Yeah, so I purchased that, and I wound up acquiring the 4 developers.
Okay, where are they based?
Some of them are based in Montreal, some of them are based in Europe. So I just put them under my wing. And
Where are they? Where are they? They have a product, or where they have?
Oh yes, we've already developed the product. I've already launched it in several test markets for people to engage AI. I'm happy to give phone numbers so you can communicate with it as well. We just did the 3.0 version as we speak right now. Before you call me on the phone, they jump into his PhD in AI, and he blew up my phone. He said, we gotta talk.
Yeah, so let us see, you know, and then basically it runs on the phone. How does it work?
Yes. So it's a supporting ecosystem. Because I know the telco company. Right. The telco company supports the AI. People are not looking at it as a whole. So what I've done, Sarah, is now I created a lead gen model. So now I haven't had a chance to share this with you because I was in Colombia recently. Yeah. I just now everyone's gonna call me. So what's that? It's just how it is. So I've acquired gotpain.com.
Who?
Gotpain.
Oh, Gotpain. I think you told me about that.
Yeah, I acquired it when I was in Colombia. I went in and I picked it up. So
PI. So PI, right?
it could be for anything. All this was probably more from the
You want to okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what I'm doing is an ecosystem. I own the brand, which is the lead generation. Okay. So
For this voice AI, right?
correct. But there's a reason why I want the AI. Okay. I want to be able to offer more.
You're right. We talked about it even in Whole Foods. Remember we were talking about that. Voice content. We said that's the latest. If you see Gemini Live, Copilot, everybody's on the voice. Everybody's on conversation. ChatGPT, the latest. They're all conversation.
Yes, but this is conversational, meaning that you don't have to engage the client via voice, so they fall into the voice. But that becomes a bridge. The voice has to say something relating to the product, not the voice for the voice purposes. Exactly. So what happened is I managed to incorporate with an API to run it into my phone PBX network, and then from there have it support the intake, create the value, send a text message to the client concerning the reservation of that application, restaurant setting, for example.
So incoming calls.
Incoming calls, yes.
So you're a little bit like Hollywood, the company doing the incoming calls. There's several companies trying to do that, right? Copy. You know, every day.
The thing is, they're all using similar platforms. Right. What makes my product unique is that it's an internal network. They're using third-party plugins in order to
They're using Twilio.
Exactly. They're using Twilio. So I tell them, so how's that working out for you when they go down? They're like, oh my God, we have problems. I'm like, you're not a telco company. It's software company with a telco plugin.